Hi folks, I thought I should do a video on easy ignition testing. We're dealing with a points and condenser system. This one is 12 volts. It came in not running, would not start. When it did start, it didn't run well. So first thing, ignition on. There's power going to the positive side of the coil. I'm using test leads because I don't have 3 hands. So we've got ignition going to the positive. Go to the negative side of the coil. That's the wire that goes to your points inside. Now we're going to crank the tractor and that should flash. Notice that it goes right out and it's not glowing dim. That means the points are working correctly. The next test is with a spark tester. Into the coil, into the spark tester, and the other side is grounded. I've already turned the ignition on. We're going to watch for spark. Notice there was only one spark at the beginning. It was a sharp blue spark, but then there was no spark after that. Now we'll do the next test. Okay, the next test is with a new condenser. I always keep one for testing. You see the black lead is the ground, and it's going up to battery negative, ground of the tractor. The positive lead of the new condenser is going to the negative side of the coil on this 12 volt negative ground system, which is connected to the distributor and the points inside. Now with this new condenser, we're going to crank it again. I've already turned the ignition on. Now we'll watch the spark. See? Lots of spark, so we know we have a bad condenser inside the distributor. Okay, the next test, I've hooked the coil wire back up to the distributor. The testing condenser is still hooked up, and we're going to start it and see how it runs. And then while it's running, I'm going to disconnect the lead for the testing condenser and see what happens. There we go. Easily tested, and we know we have a bad condenser. But since I have to go inside, I'm going to replace everything anyways. Another test that I like to do, instead of cranking the tractor over all the time with the starter motor and filling it full of raw gas, I'll get right into the distributor. Turn the engine over so that the points are closed, so it's not up on a lobe. Put the spark tester on and just operate the points by hand. You want a nice sharp blue spark there. So there you go. I should add also, you've heard me mention sharp blue spark coming out of the coil. If you have a fiery orange spark, that means you have a bad coil and it must be changed. It always should be sharp and blue and nice and bright. Thanks for watching. Hope this helps.